from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, March 15th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. Hazleton City Council is expected to vote on board and authority appointments suggested by Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassat tonight again. But will it happen? WYLN's Gary Perna has more.
For the second time this year, Hazleton's mayor is seeking council's okay for appointments to different boards and commissions governed by the city. Cassat's appointments were taken off council's agenda last month after the mayor refused to put his department heads on the agenda to be voted on. According to the mayor, his position on the department heads vote has not changed, and council president Jack Mundy said council is willing to vote on some of Cassat's picks. Cassat is nominating Anthony Colombo and Anne Marie Kashak to seats on the Hazleton Housing Authority, Anne Varenti to the seat on the Planning Commission, and Rocco Formica to the seat on the Zoning Hearing Board. Cassat also added 5 names to tonight's agenda for the Veterans Advisory Board. The mayor is calling for those reappointments to be made because he's looking to put in a Veterans Park in the city by Memorial Day. Hazleton City Council is set to meet tonight at 7 p.m. at Hazleton City Hall. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
A Pennsylvania Supreme Court justice handed in his resignation today. Justice Michael Eakin is the second justice to resign over an offensive email scandal. Justice Seamus McCafferty retired after being suspended for exchanging the emails. State Attorney General Kathleen Kane released hundreds of explicit emails to the media and ethics agencies back in 2014. They contained sexually suggested material as well as anti-gay and gender stereotypes. Eakin testified and apologized for his actions in December before a 3-judge panel. His attorney stated that an ethics trial, which was to begin in 2 weeks, will not proceed. A nomination for the vacancy could be made by Governor Tom Wolf and confirmed by the Senate. Layoffs at one of the few remaining major coal operators in the region. Blashack Coal in Mahanoy City is laying off workers, and Discola says they expect it to be temporary 6-week layoff, and he blames the warmer winter weather for it. The company employs about 150 people and operates 3 active strip mines: Centralia, Primrose near Minersville, and Latimer north of Hazleton. Blashack Coal was started in 1937. It was acquired by Milestone Partners of Radnor in 2009. An accident around 6 o'clock this morning near McAdoo. It happened on Route 309 in Klein Township at the junction of Lofty Road. It involved a car and a tractor trailer which was traveling southbound. One patient was sent to an area hospital. Both vehicles came to rest facing south in the southbound lane. According to McAdoo Fire Chief Robert Leschko, debris from the Lincoln was scattered on the roadway and led to Route 309 being closed for about 15 minutes. Traffic was restricted afterwards until the Lincoln, which sustained extensive front-end damage, was towed away from the scene. Police in Cass Township are asking for your help tonight in finding a man that escaped their custody. This is Mark Smith. He fled on foot from Cass Township Police on Monday. Smith is wanted by police on outstanding warrants. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call police at 570-544-6212, and all information will be kept confidential. Supervisors in Banks Township officially recognized the newly merged fire company as its emergency responder. At last month's meeting, supervisors approved a motion to temporarily recognize the department that merged McAdoo, Tresco, and Keystone Fire Companies together to provide better fire protection to the citizens of the South Side.
Right, at the last meeting, it was like a temporary type thing because the merger had been complete shortly before we met last month, and Chief Leschko and Chief Gusick, wanted some kind of, obviously, a resolution, which we did temporarily, and then the solicitor law firm put together one that will make it permanent and recognize the merged fire company as the fire protector of Banks Township.
Clark also noted that the township will be setting up a spring cleanup in the coming weeks and reminded residents about the upcoming Easter egg hunt.
The rec board is combining with the Tresco Civic Association to run the events for the kids. Gerald Smith was appointed to the rec board tonight, and he will handle the special events like the Easter egg hunt, which is one hunt next Saturday at the baseball field that the Civic Association, the Rec Board of Banks Township, and the Hosey will participate in and have a very nice day for the kids of Banks Township.
The next board meeting is set for Monday, April 11th at 6 p.m. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf warned Pennsylvania County Commissioners that they'll get stuck with higher human services costs if the Republican-controlled House and Senate refuses to raise taxes. On Monday, Wolf spoke at a County Commissioners Association conference in Harrisburg. Wolf is seeking a tax package that includes an 11% income tax increase that would cost a $50,000 a year earner, an extra $165. They're committed to dealing with the state's deficit without raising taxes, but Wolf also told county commissioners that the state is already shortchanging them on human services programs funding. The budget gridlock has left billions of dollars in subsidies in limbo, more than 2/3 into the current budget year. It does not look like there is an end in sight to that budget gridlock. A new Ringgold man who pled no contest to corruption of minors in 2015 will be subject to Megan's Law sanctions for the next 15 years. 21-year-old Dylan Backert must provide his personal information to the state police for that period of time, but a Schuylkill County judge decided not to give Backert lifetime sanctions. Judge Cyrus Palmer Dolben ruled in accordance with the recommendation of the State Sexual Offenders Assessment Board after it decided that he was not a sexually violent predator. He was charged with having sexual contact with a 15-year-old female in March of 2015. He was sentenced in December to serve 3 to 12 months in prison and pay a $50 fine. It remains to be seen whether Ohio Governor John Kasich is on the ballot for Pennsylvania's primary. His nominating petitions have been challenged by a UPenn student with ties to the campaign of Florida Senator Marco Rubio. The challenge claims Kasich did not get the required 2,000 signatures to appear on the ballot. But the Kasich campaign has countered that challenge should be tossed out because it wasn't filed on time. The challenge was officially 5:13 p.m. on February 23rd. The deadline for filing a challenge was 5 p.m. that day. Briefs are being filed in the case tomorrow in Commonwealth Court. No timetable for a decision. It could be a race changer if GOP nomination is still up for grabs when Pennsylvania's primary happens on April 26th. Or depending on what happens today in primaries in 5 states, it may just be a footnote. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Rain, and more rain is what we can expect, at least for the next few days. But hopefully we will see that sun shining again this weekend. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe, what can you tell us?
Yeah, we got some more showers that will come into play across our area over the next couple of days. But if you're traveling through this evening, hey, things not looking too bad out there on the highways. Fairly quiet. A couple of sprinkles, couple of showers have been across our area. Parts of the state of Pennsylvania, some clearing as you head further out toward the west. And high temperatures over 24 hours, as I was telling you yesterday, with Pittsburgh getting up into the lower 70s. Can't beat that for this time of year. Actually, temperatures throughout our area not bad either for right now. This time of year, 50s. Pretty nice. 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Paula? Or Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, a final floor vote on a medical marijuana bill in Harrisburg is expected tomorrow. We'll hear from a local state representative on that vote. Plus, a look at this Friday's Topic A with Gary Perna. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. boy, I hope I win tonight.
Why?
It's tax time, and I have to get my taxes done.
Well, why don't you try Honest Abe's tax service? The most you'll pay is $75 to $125. They say don't stress, pay less.
What's that name again?
Honest Abe's Business and Tax Service. 310 South Church Street, Hazleton, 570-861-8297.
The State House is expected to take a final floor vote on a medical marijuana bill by tomorrow. WYLN's Gary Perna spoke with a State Representative Tara Toohill via phone this afternoon about the bill.
The State House has spent most of last night and all of today debating whether or not to pass an elaborate amendment laying out the rules for how the program would work, including eligibility and regulations when it comes to medical marijuana.
So there have been many amendments. Originally, this bill was just supposed to have cannabis oil and tinctures. It was not supposed to have marijuana that you would be smoking or be able to eat in food. Today it actually was amended to change it. So the bill, as it's going on the House floor, it is being expanded in a way that originally in the Senate, I don't think they thought the bill would be expanded in this way. So it does bring up some issues.
State Representative Tara Toohill said members of the House have been going back and forth all day about the pros and cons of medical marijuana.
Which is Senate Bill 3 by Senator Fulmer. And this bill is a very controversial item that would allow for the use of medical marijuana in the state of Pennsylvania for patients who have a serious medical condition that is determined by their doctor. So some of these are cancer, epilepsy. We have children with intractable seizures, children that are having up to 150 seizures a day, Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis. The list goes on of chronic pain.
Patients could take the drug as pills, oils, and liquid, but not as a movable form. Dispensaries could not sell edible types of marijuana, but patients would be allowed to incorporate it into their food themselves. The grower-processors would pay a 5% tax on gross receipts from dispensaries. The bill envisions 25 growers and 50 dispensaries, and each dispensary could have up to 3 locations. Marijuana could only be grown indoors in a secured facility within the state. If the bill passes and the governor signs it, Pennsylvania would become the 26th state to allow medical marijuana. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacic is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, Hazleton's mayor and police chief are Gary Perna's guests this week on Topic A, and we'll hear what they are working on in the city. That and much more coming up here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Paul Esposito Jr. from Victoria's Candies. My family has been serving the Hazleton and surrounding area since 1934. Our secret family recipes and time-tested techniques of making fine candy have made Victoria's Candies your choice for nearly 4 generations. We specialize in Easter baskets and hollow-filled eggs, and we make our own chocolate molds, like the Easter Bunny, the Last Supper, the Cross, an iPod, a cell phone, or a guitar, just to name a few. Shop where the Easter Bunny shops, Victoria's Candies.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now helping a solve or prevent the crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
WYLN is proud to announce a huge technical upgrade to our channels that will bring a better digital picture and expanded coverage area to viewers all over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. In addition to Channel 35.1 in Hazleton, you can watch a crystal clear picture in Berwick and Columbia County on Channel 47.1 and in East Stroudsburg on Channel 24.1. And we're proud to announce Pennsylvania's newest TV station, Channel 9.1 in Williamsport, serving Lycoming, Montour, Northumberland, and Union counties. Now more than ever, WYLN is your local network.
Hey, we got the sunshine that's shining across our area right now. Overall, things looking pretty nice. It actually feels good when you walk outside. Temperatures in the 50s, much different from earlier today. Had some sprinkles around and drizzle, a lot of clouds, kind of chilly, but with that sun coming out now, it's getting stronger and stronger by the day. So as a result, it's feeling better when that sun is out across our area. Well, we have some more showers to talk about in our forecast over the next couple of days. So let's get right on to the graphic for today. And we saw the clearing out of the skies, and boy, I tell you what, I just want to stay here and bask in the sun because it feels good when that sun is out this time of year. And like I said, it's going to continue to get stronger as we progress through the next couple of weeks and next couple of months. Live 35 SkyCast Doppler, nothing to show you. It is dry across northeastern Pennsylvania. 50 degrees are lively high tire conditions outside our television station in Hazleton, 54 at the Avoca Airport, 55 in Williamsport, 55 in State College, 59 in Pittsburgh. Wyoming Valley area, generally in the 50s. SkyCast precipitation and clouds. Nothing going on through tonight, and then as we go into tomorrow, especially tomorrow evening, a couple of showers come into play. Weather's going to be unstable the next couple of days, pretty much right through the next 3. Looking at the numbers tonight, dropping into the 40s, tomorrow in the 50s. Some areas will be near 60 degrees, dropping into the 40s as we head into tomorrow night. So some showers come into play. Next couple of days, the weather's going to be unstable across our area. And then by this weekend, well, we may have to deal with some precipitation, or we may not have to. That's the way it goes in the weather. If the storm gets close to us, we will. If it stays away, we won't. You do the pick of what you like. If you like the stormy weather or not, we'll see what happens. Extended forecast at this point in time as we go into this upcoming weekend for our Saturday and Sunday. There's that chance of that rain by Sunday. But before that, some showers Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It does cool down for Friday and Saturday, and then early next week generally in the 40s. Daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers: the pick 241, the pick 3 645, the pick 4 8891. Pick 5 numbers looking like this: 98524, and the treasure hunt numbers 5 7 9 22 and 25. Stick around, we'll have a lot more for you coming up after the break.
We're expanding. WYLN News has a immediate opening for a news reporter and anchor, a multimedia journalist. This is an evening position, a college degree or comparable work experience required. Please send resumes and demo reels to Ann Gamley, News Director, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, Pennsylvania, 18201, or by email news@wylntv.com. For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
Coming up this Friday on Topic A with Gary Perna, he is joined by Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassett and Hazleton's Police Chief Jerry Speziale. The Chief and Mayor talked about bringing the Hazleton Police Department into the 21st century and how some of the new ideas the Chief brought forward are working. Here's a small piece of that show.
It's going tremendous. People have adapted very well to the text for tips. Those that don't use the phone use the internet side of it. But I can tell you that we've had a substantial amount of tips come through on the tip line, and then investigators are able to communicate back and forth and then go out there and combat the crime. So it is definitely fruitful. We've been able to make numerous communications between anonymous tipsters that have been providing good information about crimes throughout the city. Mostly drug crimes are the gist of it. But they have been very, very helpful, and they have been guiding and directing, the focus of enforcement here in the city.
And, you know, when this first came on board, a lot of people were kind of like, well, you know, some of the older population were kind of like, I don't know, this is kind of a new thing. But this has been something, I know the commercials have been running on our channel nonstop. You know, some of your police officers have said, you know, this is great, you know, because we're able to, you know, connect a couple things together and say, okay, now, you know, now we're seeing where it is, that we're getting multiple texts from, you know, multiple people saying, you know, they're seeing this activity going on, they're seeing that going on. So that's a great thing because now they can kind of pinpoint when things are happening.
Yeah, it's very good. Like you said, it's another piece of the puzzle. So we may have had intelligence that there were drugs at a specific location. Now we're getting 4 or 5 tipsters. And people are sending photos, people are sending information, people are sending plate numbers, they're sending us times. So now you're able to really kind of zero in and bring it a lot closer and know that, you know, when you get that one call about drugs being sold at a specific area, you know, other people may not call in. But when you have 4 or 5 tipsters calling in, sending you photos, sending you plate numbers, now the reality of what's transpiring there becomes more of, you know, a reality that the fact that drugs are being sold or whatever the issue is that they're reporting.
This Topic A will air Friday at 5 p.m. and again at 7:30 here and only here on WYLN. Coming up next, Eric DeVerdinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You're going to meet Joe, whose very busy, very active lifestyle was cut short by a fall at work. He suffered in silence until a little help and a little encouragement from a loved one convinced him to see Dr. John. He's feeling so much better. He's going to share his story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
The Schuylkill League will be sending a team to the Single A Girls State Championship game. Tonight, we find out who. Mahanoy versus Lourdes set to battle at Martz Hall at 7 o'clock in the state semifinals, and even though Mahanoy is in District 11 and Lourdes is in District 4, they both play in the Schuylkill League, and that toughness from that group of schools has helped them get to this point.
We have hard teams to play against, and Shenandoah has prepared us. I think we have to play hard against them. They play hard against us. Marion, they're all good. We've had good competition in order to get here.
Our league is so good, and people have said things. I said before, they kind of underestimate. So you look even at our losses: 1 to Marion, or 2 to Marion, 1 to Minersville, 1 to Lourdes, and came to Mount Carmel, who only had 1 loss all season.
That loss to Lourdes came in January by 8 points. The Lady Bears recognized that game as a turning point to their season. They're 12-2 since. They also recognized the problems the Red Raiders do present.
We just talked about it. We need to come out, and we need to come out hard. Because when we came out against them the first time, it was kind of just, we played bad, and we're planning on coming out and playing hard.
They're a very good team. I mean, Bickle is one of the best players in the league. So tough to stop. Albert is another one, 3-pointer. They're all scorers. They're deep. And they have the big girl who, so I mean, they're a very, very good team.
Tonight on Late Edition Sports, we'll have highlights from Mahanoy versus Lourdes with a trip to the state title game on the line. Now, Mahanoy, the lone local team left, still playing basketball, but still at least one more basketball edition of Plays of the Week. We start with Constitution's Maurice Waters, first eyeing and then abusing the rim in the state quarterfinals. Next, Tamir Green drive and dish two waters for the tough finish as they defeat Shenandoah Valley. But now this portion of the highlight belongs to the Blue Devils' Joel Santana. He says, "Give me that back," and just constant magic from the junior point guard. And trickery has become the norm. This play doesn't even end in a basket, but it's too good not to show. Santana dribbles through a defender's legs, free throws, and a spot on Plays of the Week, the reward. And there is number one once again. Just handles with the best of them, and then even better. The high floater off the glass is good. Then some love for teammate Sanique Shonister, throwing a block party throughout the state playoffs. Minersville Abby Schofstall does her best in a losing effort, flipping and falling for the deuce. Next, nifty passing from Myers' Dwayne Buckner. He even catches Ryan Wasley, his teammate, a bit off guard with that pass behind the back. And we end with another Mohawks play. Matt DeSoy with the hustle and the hoop. And those are your plays of the week. Continue to sign up for the WYLN Sports March Madness Bracket. A link and instructions to sign up are on our Facebook page at WYLN Pressbox. And coming up next, Joe Garbaczyk is in with a final look at the forecast. Stay tuned.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, and outside grill and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Tune in each week to WYLN TV 35 to watch the #1 Hazleton-based broadcasted television talk show, The Storm, hosted by Tiffany Cloud. Candidates, politicians, community leaders, and more appear on The Storm when they want to be heard. New shows air Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and these additional air times. Only on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Well, we continue to clear out across northeastern Pennsylvania, but as quick as we clear out, we got some showers to talk about in our forecast over the next, say, 3 days. Temperature-wise, have been pretty nice, continuing to remain in the 50s. Very mild this time of year. We're not going to really complain because we know the type of weather March can hold for our region. And again, a couple of showers around for tomorrow and even into our Thursday and Friday. Saturday, at this point in time, looks like it should remain dry. Extended forecast looking like this. Looking like that. For, you know, there you can see the numbers over the next couple of days in the 50s and some showers around. Saturday looking like it'll stay dry, about 40, and we're going to be in the 40s as we head into next week. And you know, for those that didn't get that when I said you know, not one, but 2, but 3 days of showers.
I know, but at least you get that one break. Hopefully Saturday. I'm just going to ignore what he's doing.
Me too.
I think
you
it's
never know what I'm going to
40s.
do. Or what I say.
No, but 40 degrees Saturday, hopefully no rain.
It's kind of cool, but it's typical March.
There's still some St. Patrick's Day parade, so
yeah.
On a Saturday, you want to make sure there's no rain out there to get the crowds out.
Hey, take the umbrella if there is. No big deal.
That's what you said about Wilkes-Barre, so maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it held off, at least for the Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's
nice,
Day parade.
right? Yep.
And sign up for the March Madness.
I know,
Everybody
I have
out
to
there.
do that so we can get that on.
You did pretty bad last year, but so did I.
I don't watch basketball, I'm not going to lie.
It's fine. Mascots, colors, whatever. We encourage everyone to join. Link on our Facebook page, WYLN Pressbox. It's fun. Joe maybe do it too. Maybe.
I think you should. I'll share it on our news page so that way we can get everybody involved. It'll be fun. You don't have to watch basketball to have fun. Have a good night.
What you